Sometimes you might need a pick-me-up, a push in the right direction, some words that help put you back on track. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast with your motivational moment.
Good morning! This is your motivational moment from the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. How are you doing on this fine day? It's another day for you to go after it, whatever you're chasing. Question for you. Are you obsessive over what you're chasing? Do you live, breathe, and obsess every minute of the day for it? This week, we have the late, great Kobe Bryant, who will be talking about one of the 5 core pillars of the Mambo mentality, the obsessive. You can find out how you can get yourself so far ahead of the rest of the pack, they'll never be able to catch you. Here's Kobe.
Next up is the next pillar, be obsessive. Obsessive. That's I think a lot of people equate that with you. You know, Kobe is obsessive in a lot of things. Yeah. We've been doing this for 8 years now, Asia tour. Yeah. You know, I've been with you for a long way. The one moment that stands out of we've done, I don't know how many done. We've done 800 events. Mm-hmm. The one time was 4 a.m. We went out to practice at 4 a.m. And that was your idea to do it. But and then, you know, all these Nike people are like, no, let's not do that. And then you're like, let's do it at 4 a.m. So you got security, you got brand marketing, sports marketing going, no, let's not do it. You're like, let's do it. Because that's your obsessiveness, right?
I mean, to me, it just makes complete sense.
Not to us.
But I don't, like, okay, so.
See, all right. Usually, I'm sleeping at 4 a.m. You're working out. So talk about that.
Okay, so if your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, mm-hmm. right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train, right? You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. So if you get up at 10 in the morning, train at 11, right? 12, say 12, train at 12, train for 2 hours, 12 to 2. You have to let your body recover. So you eat, recover, whatever. You get back out, you train, start training again at 6. Train from 6 to 8. Right? And now you go home, you shower, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it again, right? Those are 2 sessions. Right? Now imagine you wake up at 3, you train at 4. You go 4 to 6, come home, breakfast, relax, blah, blah, blah. Now you're back at it again, 9 to 11, right? You relax, and now all of a sudden you're back at it again, 2 to 4, and now you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4, right? And so now you do that. And as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up because they're 5 years behind. Right? So it makes sense to get up and start your day early because you can get more work in.
Is that genetic? Or is that something you ingrained and trained yourself?
No, it was
Who
just.
taught you that?
For me, it was just common sense. Like I can if I start earlier, I can train more hours, and I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know what their training schedule is, right? So I know if I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. Mm-hmm. So to me, it was just common sense. I'm like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start earlier. Yeah, let's do that.
When did you start doing that?
High school. My first class in high school was 7:45. I used to get to the gym around 5 a.m. and I'd play before school. Mm-hmm. And then school would start.
Who's playing with you at 5 a.m.?
My coach. So my coach would show up and we'd do all these basketball drills. Mm-hmm. Right?
So just you and your coach?
Just me and my coach. And sometimes it would just be me and the janitor, and who's still there today. And then I'd play at lunchtime.
That guy should get a medal.
I hooked him up with a few things. But I play during lunch and then practice after, and then go home, do my schoolwork, and then watch a bunch of game film and games on TV and study film.
Was that the only thing you've been obsessed about, basketball?
Well, until recently, yeah. Basketball had dominated, my entire life for more than 30 years.
When I brought it up, like, is it genetic or you just learned it? I mean, how did that idea even come up? Because that's obviously a pillar of Mambo mentality, the obsessiveness. This is just, like you said, I'm going to get up at 4, everybody's get up at 6. If everybody's going to get up at 4, I'm going to get up at 2. Right? How do you develop that, or where do you learn that from?
Well, I think it's just it's just a matter of what's important to you, and what's important to you for whatever reason. I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. Right? So the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it, because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I could be. And so that's where it comes from for me. You can't leave any stone unturned.
Because, we do all these events, and like today we just did one. You guys weren't here. We were just at the Kobe Academy. We just had all these kids, 24 best high school basketball players in China playing basketball, running 5-on-5, running all these drills. And then at the end, we had this little game where all they had to do was run this drill called 17s. 17s is really simple. 1 minute, you got to run 17 times from sideline to sideline.
It's tough.
It's tough. You got to run it in 1 minute. If any of you have been playing basketball in high school, you know what I mean. It's a killer. It's all it is just grit. It's just, let's just run. And then this kid, we're running, and this is for media. We got the media on the side, and if they ran, they get a pair of Kobe shoes. So, it's for fun.
But I warned them.
I
warned them. I said, if you guys run the 17, everybody gets a pair of shoes. If you don't touch the line, you get nothing. So everybody touched the line.
So this is where Kobe gets his obsessiveness. So we're sitting there, everybody's kind of happy. We're thinking, they're going to run the lines. We're going to have a presentation for the shoes. And the kids are running. They've been running for 2 hours. Running. This one kid misses the line by like half inch.
No, it wasn't even a half inch. It was like about that much.
He misses the line. Kobe's like, stop. We had to stop everything. And he's like, nobody gets shoes. And all these kids are like,
oh, they're mad at the kid.
Yeah.
They're like, touch the line. All you gotta do is touch the line. That's it. It was this much. Touch the line.
And Kobe's like, no, nobody gets shoes. You guys sit on the sideline. And then Kobe made this kid run suicides, which is another drill. Baseline, free throw line, baseline, half court, baseline, opposite free throw line, baseline, and back.
3 in a row.
3 times.
You had to run 3 of them.
Yeah. But the best part was,
the
last one, Kobe ran with this kid. He ran with this kid. Okay? Yeah, it's awesome. He ran with this kid, and there's 1.1 million people are watching online. Crazy. He ran with this kid. This kid was dry heaving. He was about to die.
Yeah. But
You're lucky he didn't die.
No, he wasn't going to die.
He wasn't going to die.
But the important thing to understand is you can't shortchange yourself. Like you're not cheating anybody but yourself. Right? I mean, you're tired. You're literally this far away from the line. Why would you not go that extra to touch the line? Right? So if I let him get away with that, right, all of a sudden he starts maybe to cheat something over here, right? Not give his best over here. Not give his best over here. And as years go on, he's going to be he's not going to reach his full potential because he's been taking these little shortcuts that just add up. And you can't let that happen. Our job as teachers, as mentors, as inspirers, it's our responsibility to hold them accountable to those things.
The funny part is we were just talking about this kid. We were in the back, and Kobe's like, I bet you that kid will never, ever miss the line again.
Yeah. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Because of that one moment.
Yeah.
So that's you being obsessive, but teaching obsessiveness, because that's what you got to be, right? You have to be obsessive to get to that level in everything you do. Details. Yeah. Don't waste time. Do it right. Perfection.
Yeah. I mean, it's really simple. It's like whatever you're doing at that moment is what you're doing at that moment. It's like that's where the obsessiveness is having attention to detail for the action that you are performing at the time you're performing it. And if you can have that kind of focus, you can't help but to have a certain level of obsession or attention to detail.
And that was Kobe Bryant talking about being obsessive, and he really did have it locked in. If you'd like to see the whole presentation talking about Mambo mentality, you can find it on YouTube by searching for TEDx Shanghai Power of the Mind, and it's just over 42 minutes or so, but well worth watching the whole thing. How about you? Are you obsessive over what you're trying to do? Do you think, dream, and constantly have that big idea rolling around your head, but not quite sure how to get it going? Maybe you have an issue you want to tackle and finally take care of. I can help you. Well, that's what I'm here for after all. Let's get on the phone and let's get things moving for you. You can book your free call me, 30 minutes dedicated to you. We'll talk on the phone or on Zoom and you can tell me exactly what it is that you're trying to do. Get yourself on my calendar over at ldlcall.com and we can start your LDL adventure today. Oh, and if you're able to leave the podcast a 5-star review on iTunes, please do. Let's talk soon. Have a great day. Look after yourselves and I will see you in the next one.
Thanks for listening. You can find more motivational moments at learndeveloplive.com, and we'll be back to inspire you again tomorrow.